On Wednesday, the premiers of Canada will convene in Ottawa for a crucial meeting with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to address a pressing issue that could significantly destabilize the nation's economy. The focus of their discussion will be the imminent threat of tariffs on Canadian goods, a policy promised by President-elect Donald Trump. Scheduled to take office on January 20th, Trump has signaled his intention to swiftly implement these tariffs as part of his broader campaign strategy, aimed at tackling issues related to illegal drugs and immigration. The prospect of a 25% tariff on Canadian imports has raised alarms among economists and policymakers alike. They warn that such a measure could inflict severe damage on the Canadian economy, potentially reducing the GDP by billions of dollars and jeopardizing several key industries that rely heavily on trade with the United States. This situation presents a unique challenge for the premiers and the federal government as they work to devise strategies to mitigate the impact of these proposed tariffs. The urgency of this meeting cannot be overstated. The relationship between Canada and the United States is one of the most significant trade partnerships in the world, with billions of dollars in goods and services exchanged daily. The introduction of high tariffs could disrupt supply chains, increase costs for consumers, and lead to retaliatory measures from Canada, further complicating the economic landscape. During the meeting, the premiers are likely to explore various approaches to respond to Trump's tariff threats. This may include advocating for a more unified stance among Canadian provinces and territories, emphasizing the importance of collaboration in addressing the economic challenges posed by U.S. trade policies. Additionally, they may discuss the potential for diversifying trade relationships with other countries to reduce dependence on the U.S. market. The economic implications of Trump's tariffs extend beyond mere numbers. They have the potential to affect real people's lives. Industries such as manufacturing, agriculture, and forestry could face significant hurdles if their products become less competitive in the U.S. market due to increased costs. This, in turn, could lead to job losses and economic insecurity for many Canadians. Moreover, the timing of this meeting is critical, as it comes just days before Trump's inauguration. The premiers are acutely aware that any delay in addressing these concerns could result in missed opportunities to influence U.S. policy or to prepare for the impending economic fallout. The urgency of the situation is compounded by the fact that many Canadian businesses are already feeling the effects of uncertainty surrounding trade relations, making it imperative for government leaders to act swiftly and decisively. In addition to economic considerations, the premiers may also discuss the broader implications of Trump's policies on social issues, including immigration and public safety. The proposed tariffs are part of a larger narrative that includes Trump's focus on national security and his promise to crack down on illegal immigration. This could create tensions not only in trade but also in the realm of public policy, as provinces grapple with the potential consequences of U.S. immigration policies on Canadian communities. Certainly, here's a more in-depth exploration of the implications and considerations surrounding the meeting of the premiers and Prime Minister Trudeau, expanding further on the economic, political, and social dimensions of the situation. The Canadian economy is deeply intertwined with that of the United States, with approximately 75% of Canadian exports flowing south of the border. This relationship has fostered a robust interdependence that has benefited both nations over the years. However, the introduction of significant tariffs could fundamentally alter this dynamic. 1. Impact on key industries. Manufacturing. Industries such as automotive and machinery manufacturing heavily rely on cross-border supply chains. Tariffs could lead to increased production costs, making Canadian products less competitive in the U.S. market. Agriculture. Canadian farmers export a substantial portion of their produce to the U.S. Increased tariffs could price out Canadian goods, harming the agricultural sector and potentially leading to food shortages or increased prices domestically. Resource extraction. Canada's natural resources, including oil and timber, play a critical role in its economy. Tariffs could disrupt the pricing and distribution of these resources, leading to significant revenue losses. 2. Employment concerns. The potential for job losses in affected industries is a pressing concern. Many Canadians rely on the stability of these sectors for their livelihoods. The threat of unemployment could lead to increased social unrest and a decline in consumer confidence. 3. GDP and economic growth. Economists have projected that the implementation of a 25% tariff could shave billions off Canada's GDP. The economic growth trajectory may slow significantly, affecting public investments, social services, and the overall quality of life for Canadians. The political landscape in Canada might also shift dramatically in response to the impending trade policies from the U.S. 1. Unity among provinces. One of the primary challenges for the premiers will be to forge a unified response that transcends provincial interests. Each province may have different stakes in the outcome of trade negotiations, which could complicate efforts to present a coherent strategy to the federal government. 2. Federal-provincial dynamics. The relationship between provincial leaders and the federal government may come under strain as they negotiate how to address the tariffs. Some provinces may seek more aggressive measures, while others may advocate for a more conciliatory approach. 3. Public sentiment and elections. Public opinion could play a significant role in shaping political responses. If citizens perceive that their jobs and livelihoods are at risk, there may be increased pressure on political leaders to take decisive action. This sentiment could influence upcoming elections, particularly if voters feel their concerns are not being adequately addressed. Beyond the economic and political dimensions, the proposed tariffs and the broader context of Trump's policies raise important social issues. 1. Immigration and border security. Trump's focus on immigration and border security could have ripple effects on Canada. Concerns about illegal crossings and the treatment of migrants may lead to heightened tensions and challenges for Canadian border security agencies. The potential for increased scrutiny on cross-border travel could impact families and communities that straddle the U.S.-Canada border. 2. Cultural exchange. The U.S. and Canada share a rich cultural exchange that could be jeopardized by rising tensions. Tariffs might lead to a more isolationist approach, undermining the collaborative efforts in arts, education, and community programs that have historically flourished due to open borders. 3. National identity. The situation may prompt Canadians to reflect on their national identity and values, particularly in relation to their southern neighbor. The rising rhetoric surrounding nationalism and protectionism in the U.S. could lead to a re-examination of Canada's own policies regarding trade, immigration, and international relations. As the premiers convene with Prime Minister Trudeau, they will likely explore various strategies to mitigate the impacts of potential tariffs. 1. Advocacy and diplomacy. Engaging with U.S. lawmakers and trade representatives may be crucial. Building relationships and advocating for Canadian interests could help soften the blow of proposed tariffs. 2. Economic diversification. Provinces might consider diversifying their economies to reduce reliance on the U.S. market. This could involve exploring new trade agreements with other countries and investing in emerging sectors such as technology and green energy. 3. Public awareness campaigns. It may be important to educate the public on the implications of tariffs and trade policies. Building public awareness can foster a more informed citizenry that understands the stakes involved, thereby enhancing political engagement. 4. Joint initiatives. The premiers may propose joint initiatives aimed at strengthening provincial economies and fostering collaboration across borders. This could include investment in infrastructure projects, workforce development programs, and shared resources to combat illegal immigration and smuggling. The gathering of Canada's premiers in Ottawa signifies a pivotal moment in addressing the potential impact of Donald Trump's expected tariffs on Canadian goods. With significant economic, political, and social ramifications at stake, the discussions will likely shape the future of Canada-US relations in profound ways. As leaders strategize to confront these challenges, they must balance immediate needs with long-term visions for a resilient and prosperous Canada. The outcome of this meeting could set the tone for how Canada navigates the complexities of international trade in an increasingly uncertain global landscape, ultimately defining the nation's trajectory in the years to come.